Hey, good morning. It's Tonetta, your relationship coach and Speak Your Truth, where I help educate and inspire you to speak your truth and be who you are within your relationships. So I want to say good morning to y'all. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm coming to y'all with some more sex ed facts this morning. And it's probably going to be, three different things combined in this one little video just to let you know. So I'll get to talking about them. They will be talking about differences and pleasures. So let's keep that in mind, y'all. But like I said, this is three sex ed facts that no one probably told you, or that you haven't probably thought about, or that you probably haven't dwelled much on, but it's definitely important when we're talking about sex and with partners and our pleasure, what our differences are, all those kind of things. So keep that in mind, y'all. So I hope that y'all can get some kind of tidbit from this video that can help you all within your sex, within your bedroom as well. The first one is talking about everyone is different. I know everybody seems to be like, oh, well, no, I'm jumping from one relationship to the next, or you have your next partner, or whatever it is, thinking that person wants the same thing that the last partner wanted, so you're trying to do all those same kind of tricks. Just keep in mind, y'all, that everybody's different. Nobody's is the same. Yes, there are some men, a lot of men, of course, want their penis sucked or oral sex or whatever you want to call it. Yes, I understand that, but some like different ways. The same as women, we like different ways as well. Like I said, we have to realize that everybody's different. And just because you had these kind of experiences in your past relationships when it came to sex in the bedroom, it does not mean that this current partner that you have is going to be the same way. You all have to relearn each other. Relearn what you like, relearn what feels good to you, relearn what those pleasures are, relearn what those erogenous zones are with this particular partner. They're not going to be the same for everybody, y'all, so keep that in mind. That was number one. Number two, good sex is not a formula. It's only whatever you want and need it to be. It does not matter what society says about sex, or what sex should look like, or monogamy or non-monogamy, or whatever it is. Whatever you want and I guess the best sex for you all is the best sex that you all can have. I guess I put it that way. And that's something that you all have to decide. I cannot decide that for you. Yes, I can give you information and education and stuff like that on this page, but in society can tell you whatever they think it is as well, and what's liked and what's not liked. But just keep in mind, is whatever you want inside your bedroom is whatever you want. I don't care if you want 15,000 books in your bedroom. That's up to you. Or 1 million sex toys, whatever it is. You all have to decide what's best for you, inside your bedroom, given what you all's needs are. Like I said, none of us know what your needs are. People in society, myself included, of course, all we can do is just talk about different things and whatever we see and envision and things like that. And of course, society norms always shun up on the things that most people, of course, seem to, draft themselves toward, which is like the kinks and the fetishes and things like that, sex toys and stuff like that. So like I said, you cannot just base all your what's a good sex formula. There is no good sex formula. Whatever the formula, whatever the sex is good for you all have to decide that. Like I said, I can't decide that. Society cannot decide that, no matter what I say, no matter what society says, including your parents, your environment, whoever you're around, your friends. Nobody can determine that. If they don't like the way you're having sex, or they found out that you all have a live-in, another partner that you all are having living in, you're in a poly relationship, whatever it is, okay, that's fine. If they don't want to deal with it, or if they say is wrong and this kind of thing, maybe those aren't the people that you should be hanging around, I put it that way. People are in our lives for a season and a reason. I know you all may have heard that, but I'm telling you all that again, especially when it comes to your sex life. Some folks are not going to like, especially if they're finding out some of the things that you're doing, or see some of the things that you're doing. Folks are going to judge a lot, it seems like, at least for me. That's just how it seems. That folks are very judgy, and you shouldn't do this because they don't do it. That's on them. If they don't want to do whatever it is, okay, that's fine. Move on to the next person. They'll be fine whatever they're doing. But of course, like I said, if it's something that you're wanting to do, some kind of pleasure that you're wanting, some kind of need that you want fulfilled, and you and your partner have talked about this, communicated about this, you all are both on the same page and ready to move forward, then just go ahead and do whatever you need to do. Like I said, nobody else needs to know what goes on in your bedroom unless you're wanting to tell them, or unless they find out, or whatever they may be. But like I said, whatever you all want, there is no formula except for the formula that you all create. And number three, just keep in mind that pleasure matters for both. There is no one person receives the pleasure and the other person doesn't. I know I saw a video on Instagram last week. It was a woman, I think she was a coach as well, talking about oral sex and how some woman approached her, I guess, saying that her man wants her to suck his penis, but he doesn't want to go down to her and suck her clit and all this kind of stuff. And she was all upset and wondering whether she should stay with this guy, or I'm just going to tell you all, if you all are not receiving, you're giving the pleasure and not receiving any pleasure, you all either need to have a conversation and figure out what you all are going to do and figure out how you all can come to a middle ground, or you have to decide, not the other person. You have to decide if you're going to stay inside this relationship. That's something you have to decide. No matter what I say, another coach says, or anybody online says, or anybody in society says, whoever says, if you're not receiving the pleasure that you want, and the pleasure that you want from your partner, and things are going haywire, you're not getting any kind of orgasms, nothing's going on, all these kind of things, you have a decision to make. Like I said, not the other person. You have a decision to make, whether you're going to stay with this person and keep on dealing with no pleasure, no orgasms, or whatever it is that's going on within your relationship, or you're going to stop this relationship and look for something better. I guess whatever you deem better and better for you and better suited for you, you should know that. I guess as far as your body goes and what you want, what kind of pleasures you want, hopefully you will know that by now. If not, of course, like I said, there are some ways that you can, of course, find out. I'll talk about that in the next video, actually, after this, that I do about the other sex ed facts. But like I said, just keep in mind that everybody in the relationship deserves pleasure. It's not just a one-sided situation where the man's always receiving pleasure and the woman's always giving, or where the woman's always receiving the pleasure and the man is always giving. That's definitely a mixed max. Am I saying that right? I guess an unbalanced situation. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, definitely one person's going to get upset. One person's going to start looking for other things outside the relationship to, of course, please them and that kind of thing. Like I said, we have to keep that in mind when we're talking about pleasuring our partners and giving and receiving and all those kind of things. Everybody in the relationship should be receiving some type of pleasure. And like I said before, for some reason that you're not, make sure that you're talking to your partner to, of course, let him or her know what kind of pleasure you like, whether you can guide their hand down, it's like the parts that you want to feel, him or rub on, that kind of thing. You can definitely do that as well. You can guide and you can educate. The same thing I'm doing with y'all. You can guide and educate. Like I said, that's what we have to do with our partners, especially if somebody that's new to us and somebody that doesn't know our pleasure points and things like that. Like I said, you definitely have to educate and guide. Don't just sit there in silence and suffer in silence and be unhappy, not having any orgasms or not feeling any kind of pleasure, not even getting any kind of intimacy, romance, anything. Like I said, you have to decide that. You have to decide what you're willing to do and to, of course, make this work. Like I said, you have to talk to your partner. Y'all have to communicate to let him or her know that you're not receiving pleasure when they do this. Can we try something different, honey? I love when you put your hand this way, that way, or rub me this way, that kind of thing. Just let them know gently and, of course, respectfully. Don't go in, oh, you stupid, you don't know what you're doing, that kind of thing at all. Just go in, of course, respectfully, not with the attitude, and, of course, talking about focused on your pleasure and what you would like to feel from this person, I guess I put it that way, and how you want them to make you feel good, not just blaming and shaming and making them feel bad about whatever they did in the bedroom. You don't want to do that. But like I said, just definitely have that conversation that you want to receive pleasure as well, and you want it done this particular way. You want to be rubbed a different way, or you want to use a toy, whatever it is. And like I said, if that person's not willing or don't care about your pleasure, about how you feel in the bedroom, and all they care about is themselves, you, not that other person, you have a decision to make, whether you're going to stay with this person unhappy, not feeling any pleasure, whatever's going on in the relationship, or if you're going to move on and start pleasuring yourself until you find somebody else. I guess I put it that way, if that's the best way to put it. Like I said, there's all kind of folks out there who likes to do all types of things. Like I said, sometimes we're just mixed. What is the word? Unbalanced in the bedrooms. I can't get that word right, y'all. But sometimes we're just unbalanced in the bedroom, and sometimes our partners don't even realize that. They're so focused and doing these things and used to, like I said before, not realizing that you're different from their past partner. They're doing the things that he or she may have liked, and you're like, I'm not feeling this. Like I said, you definitely have to open your mouth and speak your truth inside the bedroom to let your partner know what's going on and what you like and don't like. I want to just thank you all for tuning into the video. This video was talking about differences and pleasures. Of course, the first one was talking about how everyone is different. Nobody's the same as your past partners. Nobody's going to like the same kind of touches, sex, or oral sex, whatever it is that your past partners like. Whenever you're meeting someone new or in a new relationship or a marriage or that kind of thing, you all just getting to know each other, just realize that person's going to have different needs and different erogenous zone and different pleasure zones than your past partner. Number 2, good sex is not there is no formula for good sex. The good sex is the only thing that you all create inside your bedroom, and that's up to you all as individual partners coming together to, of course, discuss what you all want, like, need, want to have, want to experiment with, whatever it is inside the bedroom. That's the only formula that you need. It's not my formula. It's not the society's formula. It's nobody else's formula. That's what Speak Your Truth, and that's what I'm here to let you know, to be who you are within your own bedroom and within your own relationship. It's not what I want. I will give you the information, yes, but you can take it as you want it. If you already know about it, whatever the case may be, or if you want to experiment with something else, go ahead and do that. I'm just here to provide the education, empowerment, and the inspiration for you all to, of course, move ahead in your own sex lives, outside of the bedroom lives, all that kind of stuff within your relationship. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Nobody can give you a formula for sex except for you and your partner. Just keep that in mind. Then the last one, the pleasures. Pleasure, as I said before, pleasure is definitely for both of you. Pleasure inside the bedroom, whether it's foreplay, whatever the case may be, is not just for one person to be left out, and the other person, of course, is feeling all the goods, all these kind of things. Just keep in mind that you have both persons, or whoever in the relationship, should be receiving pleasure from the other, unless it's something along those lines, or some type of BDSM where you don't care about the pleasure, you only care about pleasing your partner, then you all okay with that, then just rock with that. If not, if you all, of course, are expecting pleasure, only one person's getting it, and of course you all have to communicate about that. Like I said, definitely go in easy with your partner and definitely respectful. You don't want to go in blaming or shaming or that kind of thing at all, because your partner will, of course, shut down, and there's no more pleasurable sex for either one of you, I'm sure, for a short time, I'm sure, if not permanently, because some folks are just put all the way off and want to leave and don't want to stay in that kind of thing. So keep that in mind, y'all. So go in gently and respectfully, but just focus on what you want, is what your pleasure is, how you want to feel in the bedroom. Guide their hands down those areas, that kind of thing. Like I said, you have to guide and you have to teach. So that, like I said, that's the same thing that I do with you all. So definitely keep that in mind, y'all. And like I said, if for some reason you all are talking, communicating, and your partner's not even caring about your pleasure, don't care about what you want, you have a choice to make, not your partner. You have a choice to make whether you want to stay in this relationship knowing that you're not going to get whatever kind of pleasure you want to feel from this person, and they're not willing to give you whatever you want and whatever you desire, or you have to, of course, like I said, move on and find something else that's better for you and a better sex match for you. Because I know sometimes we do, like I said before, get into relationships, and sometimes we're not a match with each other for sex. But like I said, you can definitely get on that same page. It will take some work, just keep that in mind, but you can definitely get on that same page. So with that, again, I'm Tonetta, your relationship coach, here at Speak Your Truth, where I help educate and inspire you to speak your truth and be who you are within your relationships. I want to say thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video talking about the differences and pleasures when it comes to sex education, some things that you may have not been told or that you may not even have dwelled on, but it's definitely important within your relationship. So with that, thank you all and have a great day.